Welcome back to the Frontlines podcast, episode 2. My name's Sergeant Major Malarkey, and my co-host today will be...
Major General Cosmic, and I'm the owner of the server.
Today, I'm joined with two very special guests. If you guys can, say your name, your rank, and what you do in the Frontlines.
Started first class Alpha. What I do in the front line is be at S1, in charge of all the recruiting stuff.
Sound. What about you?
My name is Major Ember Chase. I am the 20th Infantry Battalion CO and 1st Regimental Combat Team XO.
Alright, thank you for joining the podcast. We haven't done one of these in a while, but I've still got some questions for you guys, if you don't mind answering for me. We're just going to go straight to the first question. Raised. My first question is, what were you expecting when you joined the front lines for the first time?
Either of you can go. Whatever
Yeah.
one has a good.
What I was expecting is like a bunch of just older people, not like different age group.
Do you mean like older people like my age, like me and Cosmic's age, or
Yeah.
older?
Like yours and Cosmic's age, basically.
Yeah, do you know what? I was the exact same, I thought older people were like my age, but now you've got, for example, Captain Spartan in his 20s now, and it goes down to like you. Like, how old are you now?
Well,
Yeah, see, we've got a mad variety of age. What about you, Ember?
When I first joined, I just expected everyone to be laughers. I just thought it'd be nothing realistic. I just thought it'd just be people pretending to know military stuff, and it was actually just you're a captain because I like you, and you're a private because I don't like you. I just thought it'd be like that.
Didn't it used to be like that, Cosmic?
No, I wouldn't say so. But what is that? Was that view influenced by like old milsims you're a part of, or what?
Yeah, kinda. A lot of milsims were just free ranking based on who was liked and who was disliked.
So I'm telling you, this is why we are the best. Cosmic, don't you have any questions for these?
Yep. So, for both of you, this goes to both, not just to one. Which operation do you think changed the 20th Infantry Battalion the most, and why? Again, to both. So either or, if you have a good answer, or just an answer, just throw it across.
A operation, I forgot the name exactly, but it was the operation where the siege of Fellshan came to its final thing, and the 20th had to surrender. It was kind of sad day. We had to surrender, but it kind of built up some character with a lot of us.
Character,
And obviously,
can you
we
define
grown
what
from
you mean
that.
by that?
I don't know.
You mean like it enlightened? Do you mean like it enlightened some of the troopers that not all operations mean that we're gonna succeed?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I fully get what you mean. The airborne actually did the exact same thing with the Star of Hagenel, where we had to surrender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got encircled
That's
on Marshall Run.
Yeah. What about you, Alfie?
the time we surrendered after that, after we surrendered after that first one.
Oh, you're talking about when the Krieger Corps first came about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When when there was hella tanks because someone.
That wasn't just the 20th Infantry Battalion though. That was the entire regiment that got kind of changed that day, because we fought for, the Hagenau County area for how long? Probably we were in that operating in that area for the past 3 months, and we lost all that ground in one operation day because we couldn't hold the line. So I feel like that definitely changed a lot of people there, changed their mindset on how things worked, and really just showed that, coming commander platoon leaders, we really need to work on our defensive strategies, because we're not as good at them.
I'm gonna go off the rail a little bit here, but Cosmic, what was your opinion throughout that entire Hagenel County? Like, what,
Mm,
as like someone that spawned in the mobs, what do you think we should have done better, or like how we?
well, there just wasn't a lot of security being set. We didn't think about certain avenues where the enemies could come through. Like, we didn't do our proper planning when thinking about AOAs and such. And then also, there's another factor there where it comes to the skill of the men. At the end of the day, that operation kind of just proved that the men themselves weren't skilled enough to hold their ground. And the officers, it just shows kind of like a gap in leadership where clearly leadership is not doing enough to, you know, train up the guys and, reaching out, that sort of thing, to make sure that their men are actually able to do what they do. I will say, Easy Company right now under Miller, he's definitely trying to reach out and get a lot of training done and such, but for the other companies, I wouldn't say as much, but it's just, people need to know their jobs better, essentially.
I fully agree with you. But like,
Also, the fact that Krieger Core were new, so
Yeah,
no
no,
one was
we
that
never knew how to deal
experienced.
with them. Yeah.
yeah, right. Next question: what was one thing you could have changed or done differently back when you were in the front lines?
When you first joined, I don't know, something you could have changed to do differently to rank up, because like not to sound terrible, but you and Alfie pretty much joined at the exact same time, and one of you is the battalion commander and regiment XO, while the other one is a sergeant first class at the S1 level. So, floor is open to you guys.
Me and I'll go first. It's just pretty simple. I think I should have talked more. Like for the first month and a half I was there, I was silent. I would, I was so silent to the fact that I could go off and sit in an aid station as a medic, and no one would notice I was gone. I
Mm-hmm.
could just do whatever I wanted. No one will notice.
I did what
I didn't use that
I
to my
remember.
advantage.
I remember sometimes that happened. Generally I obviously weren't there with the army, but I heard some complaints about oh, where is this medic? Well, not medic, but where is Ember and all that.
Yeah, there was definitely. I remember whenever uh, Dukeman used to be our company commander, he would always talk about how I would always try to influence him and tell him hey, you gotta be talking to your guys more, and just overall trying to build that rapport with your men, even though he's an officer, right? But he talked about how he joined VC with you guys one time during the start of Operation Hagenau, and he was asking all questions oh, how's your guys' day? And you guys just completely blanked him, your own company commander. No, nothing, not even. It's fine, sir.
Sure.
Nothing. You just didn't say anything back to him.
That's crazy, man.
I was too scared to be honest.
He's scared, really.
What about you, Alfie?
Yeah.
Obviously, like Cosmic just said, different. You two have different backgrounds, yeah, or same backgrounds, but different approaches in the front lines.
Mhm.
What do you reckon you could have done better?
Well, being more active when I first joined, because when I first joined, I was just expecting it to be a 1 day thing for me, just not join back. Once I actually played at Operation for once, it was I enjoyed it. So I
Mhm.
started being more active. But for the first month or so, I wasn't really active. So
Mhm.
Yeah, no one's really active for the first month. If you find when you find that hook to grab onto, yeah, in the front lines, I reckon you'd
Mhm.
proper get dragged into it.
It's almost
That's how
yeah, it's almost it's just like your hook in your essays. It's just whether a person finds it or not is the question. All right. Well, if you don't mind, Mark, I got more questions. So,
yeah, go on.
um, hmm. Ember, this is gonna go to you, specifically for you.
Oh, okay.
What's the hardest command decision you've ever had to make for the 20th during an operation?
Well, it's gonna be pretty simple. Gonna go back into what I was saying when I had to tell the order to surrender during the siege of Elshan. I get Compton was the commanding officer in charge there, but he kind of just listened to me as I was there during the first day, and whenever it was, I don't know if he was there for the full thing. Um,
I mean, the
but
surrender
he was just
happened.
speaking to me.
Compton wasn't there. He was away during that day, and you were the highest ranking officer in charge.
Yeah.
So
I
it was a
also gave the order to
decision
surrender, and then the Marines got there, Marines and Airborne got there, so it didn't happen. But then we came back. Compton was there. He'd kind of just took my word for it, and we did surrender. So that was probably my hardest decision, because I know a lot of people opposed it, but now thinking back on it, I feel like it was definitely the right decision.
That, what is it? Coming from like, yeah, again, going from like that surrender thing where I had to give out that order. Yeah, again, I fully understand what it feels like to just. It feels like you're letting down not only yourself but everyone else in that operation. It's just such a big burden on you, and it's like, God, I still can't believe I surrendered. In honesty,
I mean, it's definitely, it's not always a bad thing to surrender, right? Like, the consequences of not surrendering would probably have been worse than if you did, you know, than surrendering,
yeah,
right?
nah, that's true. It's fair. Like, you don't want to be dead for the entire operation, not being able to go on for several days, then not being dead and actually being able to go on and have a chance of escaping and all that. It's 50-50 in all opportunities,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it depends on how devoted the other, like, commanding officer is to trying to break you out, or, you know, if the other, like, if they want to trade for you, that sort of thing. Or if they even captured anyone that they could try to trade for you. It's another big thing.
Yeah. Right. We're gonna turn this around. We're gonna put some nice happiness into it, if you get what I mean. Right. Who would you say was the most influential person in the server from both your guys' perspective?
Yeah, like, who influenced you the most whenever it comes to, like, how you conduct yourself, or, like, how do you, like, approach, like, for example, Ember, you're an officer now. What inspired you to go to that, or who inspired you to go to that officer position, if there was anyone? Like, Alfie, it's like, you went to be an S1. Like, why do you decide to go to be S1?
Who inspired me the most? I'm gonna have to say Dukeman. And there's not
Okay.
much I can say as he wasn't there all the time, but it just the way like he made decisions, just the way he was kind to everyone, and how you could just speak to him and he wouldn't. Don't know how to put it, but like just in operation, you could speak to him. He wouldn't really care about what you're saying. He just let you speak, and then he'd go. He wouldn't interrupt like other company commanders may do, saying like I don't want to do that within the first words. He would let you uh, give in your ideas, think about them, and then give his input instead of just interrupting them immediately. So that's definitely who I think inspired me the most.
What about you, Alfie?
Well, what inspired me to be a sorry, what inspired me to be at S1 is that nothing really inspired me. It's just 'cause I didn't want to be at S3. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
Not really inspired. You're not even like grown, like I say grown up, but, like growing up through the front lines.
Because the previous S1 to you was, not mistaken, it was Ember. So
Hmm.
no inspiration from Ember on becoming S1. You just knew you wanted to be battalion staff, have more responsibility.
Um, Basically, yeah.
I like
That's
that,
I
you
was the
know.
one who asked him, by the way.
it shows ambition. That's good.
You got any more questions, Cosby?
Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. So
Yeah, I think I do.
okay, so we're just mocking me on the podcast. All right. So final question, at least for me. When the battalion's under pressure, in your guys' opinion, like, what keeps it from falling apart? Like, last operation, I know Ember got killed and such, and then the battalion is still expected to run. What do you guys think keeps the battalion good under pressure? And or do you guys think that the battalion is good under pressure? What's your guys' views on that?
Understand what you mean?
It means like, what is it? That operation clearly something happened, yeah, under pressure. Something didn't go right. But do you think that you guys do better under pressure and that was just a fluke, or do you guys do better being more organised as a battalion?
We definitely do better, more organised. Like under pressure, a lot of things go wrong, especially with the company commanders and me a lot. Under pressure, you're just getting in the back of your mind, someone's telling you something's gonna go wrong, something's going to go wrong. You're not thinking through everything that you were taught to become an officer. So, like, now with the after action reviews, when you're going through that, you're like, oh my god, I should have done this. Why didn't I do this? Oh my god, I should have done this. Why didn't I do this? And then it just kind of like makes you feel bad on yourself, makes you angry. So I definitely feel like we do better on under organized conditions.
Mm. What is it? To be fair, I feel like that's for everyone. In all honesty, we get more if we get more better as a regiment as a whole. Working under that pressure could be more improved, but for now, like what is it? For now, just working with what we got, I think, is what we need to focus on. What about you, Alfie?
In my opinion, like I work best under pressure. I think
Mm-hmm.
Fresh makes diamonds.
it puts that pressure me so I can like so I focus more basically.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of interesting because I remember whenever we do like leadership tests with you, this goes into the reason why you're probably like a lower rank than ever. But every single time we did a leadership test with you, no offense, you just like didn't do good. But then whenever like you had to do leadership in like the operations, I feel like you did fine. Like if you had a if we gave you a task during like an operation, you would carry it out pretty well with your platoon. It's just that as soon as you came to something where it was like a little bit more relaxed and like not an operational setting, you would just like kind of not care and drop the ball. No offense.
For leadership trainings, I think I was just like a bit nervous since it was like I was a Lance Corporal at the time. I didn't really know too many people yet,
Mhm.
so I think I was just nervous about that. The entire becoming a platoon leader and that.
Mhm.
I actually think we've got such a good batch here, actually, because we get we get that divide of being an enlisted rank, and also like getting the view of being an enlisted rank, and also having one of the highest officers that we've got in the front lines currently right now. I feel like this is like a good way to start off like the new podcast. Um, what is it? What was my next question for you? Right, I've got two more questions for you, and now I'll have to go for. I'll have to go. Or you just have to go, actually, sorry. Right. What goals do you guys have in the future at the end stuff?
For me, it's getting to like getting to a pretty high rank, so like sergeant major or something.
So you
Hmm.
want to go down the enlisted pathway now? You don't want to be an officer anymore?
I don't think I have a choice either.
Mhm.
I mean,
D-
We'll see. Circumstances change. What about you, Ember?
Uh, I'd say my long-term goal and like kind of an unreachable goal is to become the third ever colonel and also prove that British supremacy by becoming the third British colonel.
Hmm.
But in like
respect for
something I
that,
def
man.
yeah, and but like something I feel like I definitely can reach is lieutenant colonel and becoming that regiment leader. I feel like I could definitely do that before Frontlines ends or before, I don't know, if I end up deciding to retire. That's definitely
Hmm.
where I want to be.
Now look, I'm gonna pose this question to you. What are your goals? Because you're currently the max enlisted rank that you can be in the front lines. So now that you have no,
Ooh.
you can literally not rank up at all. What would your goals be?
I definitely need to be better as a sergeant major, in all honesty, as a first sergeant, but especially be a better role model to was it to the lower enlisted. So I feel like once I know that I've been a good role model, I think that might be that like I think that generally might be it for my frontline career is that I end at this rank. I don't want to get promoted anymore. I just want to.
You
I
might
want
not
to know.
get promoted anymore because you are the
Yeah.
one of the highest ranking enlisted. There's no rank higher. So
But
pretty
yeah,
much the only way you can improve or like have a goal is if it's just improving people, improving the server and such. Which is interesting because I feel like it's a different philosophy than back in the old Frontlines, how we used to treat rank, how ranks are linear. There's like no difference between an NCO and an officer, so people would just grind away at the ranks no matter what, try to get as high as they can, right? And no one could really reach
yeah.
that goal of like general when we used to actually have the general ranks, but now we work on a regiment-based system. So
I do know what I like. I will always say this. I do prefer these type of ranks now because it just gives that like it gives that divide of like class, but it also gives the importance.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna be truly honest, yeah. When I first joined, and when I what was it when it was I think it was second lieutenant Tezzy. I didn't see her as a second lieutenant. I just seen her as like oh something I could beat or something I could be completely better than. But I feel like now that respect of being an officer is definitely improved.
Or even just being a senior NCO. Like those guys have really defined roles now. There's the like
Yeah,
platoon leaders. They have really defined roles now. Like that's your corporal to sergeant first class. We have like our company headquarters. Like they're all really defined roles now, which is like it gives everyone a function and a purpose, so they don't have to like specialize in everything if that makes sense, which is good.
Also proves we are laughing.
lad. Though people outside the people will think we're laughing, but I feel like once you actually get to know what we're like, we're uh,
hmm
we're pretty good. Right.
I mean, I'd
One last
say
question. Oh,
sorry. I'd say it's like a little bit different because yeah, like you definitely have like you're definitely like I guess LARPing that rank, but at the same time you're just kind of performing like your job. Like for example, if two people are fighting about something, right, and you're the S1 or like the first sergeant or like the platoon leader seeing that, right? Or like the APL, whatever leadership position, you see that. It's not like those two are like role playing fighting or whatever. No, this an actual problem. You're the leader there, so how are you gonna change that situation up? Or like in combat, for example, we are going against enemies. So how like real enemies that do have that that will try to kill you. So you do have to think on your feet and like just remember what you've been trained to do. So it's not like we're just not going against anything, or if all the actions are scripted.
yeah. Too real, man. Too real. Right. We're gonna have to go to our final question, and then we're gonna have to end the podcast. But you guys
Oh,
don't have to answer this. Yeah, You guys don't have to answer this. Sorry, because it's kind of a personal one, but I think it's a good one as well. What is your perfect platoon in any area of the front lines? So anyone that you can remember who just performed the best, yeah, at their role. So breacher, grenadier, was it medic, rifleman, any of those, just your perfect platoon.
Mm. Actually,
for me,
I have an answer for that one. Here, go ahead, Alfie. Go ahead.
for the breacher, it'll be Tipper, obviously.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Grenadier, I mean, me, I think, personally. Not even that being biased, but me.
No, do you know what? I like that. You
Shifty
know,
though.
I like that.
Mhm.
Mm.
I mean,
And
Warner
for a
also did
medic,
well.
I would choose Ember like Batman as a medic.
Mhm.
Miss them days.
Do you know?
If
Yeah.
Do you really miss being a medic over a major?
Well, you got nostalgia, bro.
Mhm.
Mm.
For the platoon leader, I'll choose Miller when he was a platoon leader.
That's valid.
Do you know what? That in all honesty, if I was to have a perfect platoon, he would be my like platoon leader.
Oh, I
100%.
thought this was like a platoon that you lead, but like like I'm assuming like how it's gonna go. I'm assuming we're gonna be using a rifle platoon format since that's just like
Yeah, no, yeah,
the
yeah,
most
not
common.
like
We're not using
pet,
a
like yeah.
weapons. We're not using a weapons platoon. I would choose Shifty, Fairy, and Miller probably. Fairy because she's like the most experienced person that we have as an A rifleman. Shifty, most experienced grenadier. Miller, he's just overall like he brings a good calmness to the platoon, and then also he's kind of like I've kind of like mentored him a lot throughout the front line, so I know that if I go down as the leader, that platoon could still form as I want it to function, even if I go down. Because again, he is like the only officer, and like I feel like the only person who has ever gone out and openly said to me, it's like, hey, I want you to teach me everything you know, like anything that's important, everything. I want to know it all. Like he's the only person to have ever do that, and I
Yeah,
mentored him that way.
that's why, generally, in my opinion, anyway, that's why I think he is just such a good officer. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves, and it honestly, if any new person, yeah, were to see this and join, just remember that Miller is one of the best officers or just people that we've had in the front lines. Like, I know it's a lot of glaze to him, but you have to give the guy credit
Mhm.
where it's due.
I mean,
What about you, Ember?
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm gonna follow the herd here. Platoon leader, gonna have to be Miller. Even though he's never been my platoon
You
leader,
could choose
I
yourself,
was.
Mm.
Like you can
I don't
always like
think I was that good.
as a PL. Go ahead.
Yeah. Um, Even though he was never my platoon leader, I saw him as a platoon leader. I commanded him as a platoon leader when I was still at Baker Company. So he would definitely go there. For Grenadier, I'm gonna either go for L or Shifty. Probably Shifty. He's the person doing a lot of the Grenadier training, so he knows his stuff. Breacher, gonna be Pipper as well as Alfie there. Best Breacher I've saw. Best Breacher a lot of people have saw. And then who am I missing there?
Did you choose? You chose Tipper. You chose a Grenadier. You chose Miller. You just need one more person to even it out.
Okay.
Oh, you need a rifleman.
A rifleman, okay. I'm gonna have to go for Elite when it was called Machine Gunner, but Elite was a pretty good one when I was there. See it? He knew his role. You see, he didn't like his role. I'm gonna have to say that, but he knew it. He would stay in it, and he would do his job all the time. Wish I could say that now.
Yeah, don't be all right. Do you just want to hear mine?
Go
Go
ahead.
on.
Go on then.
Right. I think for me, my platoon leader would be me. My breacher would be the old mushy, like
Mhm.
special forces mushy. My assistant platoon leader would be Fairy. I think she is just the best. Um, assistant platoon, not assistant platoon leader, but like, did I say assistant platoon leader?
You mean a
Yeah.
Or
rifleman?
so a rifleman, yeah. And then my grenadier would be Lipton. I'm gonna say Lipton in all honesty. Like Lipton has the better. He hasn't got the experience of being a grenadier over what is
Shifty.
it over Shifty, but overall Lipton does have that experience of being in the front lines more often.
Mhm.
And honestly, like being in Fairbairn doing trainings with this guy, yeah, I've seen more raw talent in Lipton than I actually have seen in
You shifty.
Shifty. Now that might be a controversial take, but I I I I, I actually stand by that. In all honesty,
I don't know. Shifty is also like he has that experience of being a like all those guys have pretty good experience. Like Fairy, she's a vehicle driver, so she can literally do everything for the platoon. Shifty, he's like sergeant major, and then also extremely good. And me and him kind of like me, Miller, and Shifty like going over anytime we do like operational planning. I find that me, Miller's, and Shifty's like mindsets are almost the same, aligned the exact same way. Like how I would do a plan for like an operation is the exact same way that like Miller or Shifty said something. Yeah, that's because I think overall like we could like just tactically be better for my platoon at least. 'Cause
yeah.
I got those two thinkers in there.
Two thinkers, yeah. Right, like I said, this is going to be the end of it. But thank you guys for actually being staying this long for it. This could be a lot of work for you, Coswick, to try and edit this out.
I mean,
Like not edit. Are you gonna edit it?
it's not a lot of work. No, probably not.
Oh, there you go then. Right, like I said, thank you guys for coming in. If you guys want to just state your rank, your name, and one thing, just say back home, and then we'll be done.
Alfie, you got that?
I'm waiting for you, Bushachel.
Ah.
Go on, it's
Um,
not that hard.
what did you say?
One thing you want to
Your
say back
name,
home.
yeah.
Uh, keep laughing.
Fuck it.
Alfie?
I mean, just join the front lines.
Yeah, of course.
Just leave it.
Just that
So,
easy.
like,
It's
yeah, why
fun,
doesn't
addicting, and enjoyable. That's all I have to say.
Americans might be elsewhere.
right? Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on another one.